All right, now that we're on the topic of CPU, now is also a good time to mention how that works in terms of actually who gets charged for certain transactions. We mentioned earlier that, for example, if we do an on notify and react to something and we store some information in a table, we can't charge RAM to the user for that because we don't have their permission. With CPU, it works a bit different. So CPU, it's basically going to be whoever called the original action, whatever started the whole chain of transactions that's about to take place, whoever the first person was in that chain, that's going to be the person who pays all the CPU for everything. So, for example, right here, in this on notify EOSIO.token transfer that we created earlier, the user is going to transfer some tokens. Our contract is going to react to that. It's going to do some checks. It's going to check some things which cost CPU. It is going to store something in a table. It's going to have to look through that table. All this stuff costs CPU. And then it's also going to do this transfer where we send some Waxdao tokens back to the user. Well, that entire transaction and everything within it, the CPU cost of it is all going to be paid for by the person who originally sent the tokens to us. So the from name right here. That's how that works with CPU. So you don't have to worry about like having CPU stick to your contract if you're only reacting to stuff. However, if you have like actions that you have to run, maybe you have a script that you run every hour to update something like I do for Waxdao. In that case, you would have to make sure you have CPU staked to your contract, or I should say staked to whatever account is calling the action. So that's how that works with CPU.